Although Muslims and Jews are followers of completely different religions, have you ever wondered though what are some of the similarities between the beliefs of Muslims and Jews? It's often stated that the Muslim-Jewish conflict can never be resolved though, but it's very important to understand what these two faiths have in common. Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another episode here on FTD Facts. I'm your host, Leroy Kenton, and for this episode, we're going to be diving into some of the similarities in the beliefs of Jews and Muslims. So let's get started. Number 10, monotheistic. Muslims and Jews are resolutely monotheistic beliefs. Allah is the Arabic name for God, and the Arabic name Allah has linguistic connotations that are not shared with the English term God. For instance, the word Allah cannot be made plural like the word God can. And over in Judaism, the Hebrew word Hashem, which literally means the name, is used to refer to God. Although other words are used to imply plurality when it comes to God, like the term Elohim. But either way, Hashem is not male or female, nor does a plural form exist. Next up at number 9, Jesus is not divine. Because these two faiths are strictly monotheistic, they both do not consider Jesus to be divine. They both consider it blasphemous to attribute a literal son to God. Now, the idea that God has a son is inconsistent with the uncompromising monotheistic message found in both Islam and Judaism. However, unlike Jews, Muslims believe that Jesus is a great prophet of God who delivered the message of the oneness of God to the children of Israel, and that his mother Mary was the greatest of all women. From there, let's take a look at the belief at number 8, the messengers of God. Muslims and Jews do share beliefs in certain prophets. They both believe that God sent prophets to mankind to deliver the message of monotheism and to worship the one God. Like Muslims and Jews, they believe in Abraham, they believe in Noah, Moses, David, Solomon, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. And for Muslims, the Prophet Muhammad is God's final messenger to mankind to deliver the final revelation in the form of the Quran, because it is believed that the Jewish scriptures did not retain their original form. The next similarity at number 7 is the holy city. Yeah, this is a big similarity. Historically, many prophets resided in the city of Jerusalem. Both Islam and Judaism considers Jerusalem to be a holy city. Solomon established the first temple in Jerusalem, which made it the religious center for Jews. And Jerusalem in Islam is actually its third holiest city after Mecca and Medina. And according to the Islamic faith, the Prophet Muhammad was taken on a miraculous journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and then ascended up into the heavens. There is also another common belief coming in at number 6, and this one regards circumcision. So over in the Bible, we find that Abraham was commanded to undergo circumcision, and this practice has been established among Abraham's children. And the Torah instructs that newborns must be circumcised on the 8th day after birth. Now, the command for circumcision is not found in the Quran, but the Prophet Muhammad required it for his male followers, so that's why Muslims carry on the practice today. In at the number 5 spot, we have dietary regulations. Jews only eat kosher and Muslims only eat halal. There are many similarities between kosher and halal, and in some cases, kosher is considered halal for Muslims. Some kinds of foods, such as pork, are prohibited in both Islam and Judaism. There's definitely no dispute over that. Other kinds of food, though, must be prepared in certain ways for them to be permissible for consumption in the various religions, Islam and Judaism. The animal must be slaughtered properly, mentioning the name of God in Islam, and for Jews, the person must be a person who has been specifically trained and licensed to slaughter animals and birds in accordance with Jewish law. There's also a similarity in the belief of the female dress code. Both Muslims and Jews encourage modesty and require that women cover their hair. This is not meant to detract from a woman's beauty, but it's actually meant to channel it towards her marriage. Many married Jewish women wear a scarf to cover their hair, and Islam instructs that women wear a headscarf known as a hijab after puberty. Along with the head coverings, both religions, of course, encourage women to dress modestly, and this includes wearing long and loose-fitting clothing. There's also a similar belief when it comes to the angels in Judaism and Islam. The religious views of Jews and Muslims include heavenly beings, generally referred to as angels, which are supernatural beings created by God to serve as his messengers or to otherwise perform divinely directed acts. Now, the Bible is filled with accounts including angelic activity. Likewise, the Quran speaks of angels as God's created messengers and servants, and they play a very big role in Islam. The similar belief coming in at number 2 is the belief in the Day of Judgment. While the specific details and particular interpretations may vary, probably most Jews and Muslims believe in some variant of the religious ideas about the afterlife and the end of time, or the end of the world, or at least end of the world as we know it today. The general accepted idea developed initially within Judaism, and then it was subsequently inherited by Islam. Ending this episode off at number 1, we have prayer. This is also a very big common belief in the religions of Islam and Judaism. Of course, individuals may pray at any time that they want, as often as they want, and as many times as they want. But in both Judaism and Islam, there is also a fixed number of set times each day that followers are required to engage in formal prayers. Any additional prayers beyond this essential baseline, of course, are optional. Most people, even if they are not Muslim, are aware that Muslims are supposed to pray 5 times every single day. Now, Jews, on the other hand, are supposed to pray 3 times a day, in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening. The Jewish prayer book called Siddur has special services also set down for this. There you have it, everybody. This was a look at 10 similarities in the beliefs of Muslims and Jews. Did any of these beliefs come as a surprise for you? Did you know them? Which ones didn't you know? I want to hear all of it down below in the comment section. If you did make it this far and you found this video informative, entertaining, useful in some way, shape, or form, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. It really does help. And if this is your first time here to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell, because we post videos daily here on FCD Facts where we explore the various different countries, cultures, religions, and people of our world. Until next time, guys, stay awesome, stay educated, and I'll see you soon.